Okay, morning guys, welcome to the Tuesday session. We've got backstroke skipping to start off with, so make sure that your warm-up area is clear. Make sure you're checking in so that we know that you're with us. Make sure you've got drinks to go with you as well, ideally water. And if there's anything you need to let me know in terms of injuries, etc., tell me now so we can I can give you some amendments to do during the session. And we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, go.
Morning from Michelle Weir, from Ruben, from Tegan, from Millie and Yaya.
Yeah. Morning guys, it's well over 3 names, so there's no chance of me, I can't do it individually.
Morning from Charlie, Morgan and Steve. No, and Pearl. Sorry, it's under Steve's account.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, Paige and Matt T.
Hope you're all doing well today guys, hope the running was okay.
Dave, Cam and Brogan.
Dave Hammond,
Yes.
making up for yesterday.
Alex, Caroline and Chris.
Hope you're all ready to get this one out of the way guys.
And James.
Okay, relax. How you doing James? 2 in a row from James, good going. Okay, one more round.
Morning from Ollie.
2, 1, go.
Hi everyone from Julian.
How you doing Julian?
And Alex has signed in.
Got them both again. Again, double header. Halfway through round 2.
Noah's signed in.
No, I will message you back at the end of the videos. Okay, relax. Okay, so after that we've got squat to hip lift and windmill. So low as you can, feet as wide as you need them to be, and then straight leg, straight back. Just ignore the clicking you hear on the camera. Okay, into windmill. So start in a standing wide position and then let the back of your hand slide down your shin. Opposite hand to opposite shin. And start high. And then just let, if you keep your hand on your leg, you'll start to automatically pull yourself into a bigger rotation. Okay, 3 on each side. You then got streamline lunge and wall slides. So hands overhead. 3 lunges each side. Just keep your ribs locked down.
Someone's very clicky this morning.
Very. And then wall slides.
Sam C has joined.
Morning, Sam. Always do these actually against the wall if you can, because it's way more effective. Or do them on your front, because this, if you do them on your front, you can force your wrists back a bit further. Like that. Alternating shoulder rolls and split jumps. I mess this up every week. So one hand back, one hand forward. Make sure when you go in front, your thumb's down to the floor, and when you're behind, it's facing forwards. Same way. There. And then switch.
Morning
And split
from
jumps.
Ben.
How you doing, Ben? Need way more upper body shoulder stuff after yesterday. Okay, split jumps, break them up if you want. Just make sure it's 3 on each side. And high as you can on each jump. That's why I prefer the pause. Right, so Tuesday we've got whole body strength, so Spider-Man push-ups, hollow hold, reverse plank and split squat hold. So Spider-Man press-ups, hands and knees on the floor, go like bear crawl, left hand forward, right foot forward. I think everyone's starting to get the hang of that now. Then we switch halfway, hollow hold on your back. Try and get as close to that position as you can. If you can't hold it, take a little break, so maybe 5 on, 5 off till you can hold it all the way. I think for you lot watching this video, it's just more effective than holding that for 45. It's more aspirational. Reverse plank and then split squat hold. I've got some bits to go through on that as well. So we'll get going. Give you 10 more seconds for a drink and we'll get going in Spider-Man press up. 3, 2, 1, go. Hands don't have to be massively far apart, just I'd go like knuckle, so like pop, heel of your hand along with your knuckles, and then switch sides. Make sure it's the same on both. Okay, last few seconds. Then you're going to go into hollow hold, stop there, 10 seconds off. A lot less kit to throw around for Tuesday morning. 2, 1, go. So wish your shoulders are up off the floor, heels are up off the floor, and then relax. If your back is in pain, then just go with dead bugs, or any part of you is in actual pain. If it's uncomfortable, just go, like we said, try and rack up maybe 10 seconds on, and then take a few seconds off. But you're going to start building strength at that more uncomfortable range. 10 seconds left. And then relax into reverse plank. So hands as wide as you need them to be. 2, 1, go. So make sure you push your hands down into the floor as you're doing it. So if you hang out, your hips will start to sink. They need to be up as high as they can go. Keep your abs tight. And look at the ceiling so that you're not rolling your head around. Helps a lot if you can lift your toes off the floor. Try and get your feet as far forward as you can, as long as you still feel it in your hips. Okay, 2, 1, relax. And then split squat hold. While you're doing that, try and do some more shoulder rolls. 2, 1, go. 20 seconds per side. You want to start being able to rotate your hand, whichever knee's forward. Try and rotate that hand overhead without twisting. So you're trying to dissociate and separate your chest staying still from your arm rotating with the thumb roll. Switch sides. So two purposes for it. One, you just have to separate. I think some of you have seen physios, backstrokers that can't separate those two ranges of motion. Relax. 20 seconds off from that. Physiologically, it's important that you can do both if you need to. So that's a good chance to practice it, because you're less likely to rotate while you've got yourself sunk into a squat. Back to the beginning, Spider-Man press up in 2, 1, go. Switch sides. So it might feel weird. It's important to do because you're going to get your muscles to work in a slightly different way. You're trying to create stability at the shoulder and the hip in a slightly different range of motion. Relax. 10 seconds off, you're into hollow hold. 2, 1, go. So remember, dead bugs if your back's in pain. When your shoulders are up, make sure your head and your chin stay between your arms. It's tempting if you're trying to tense your stomach to lead with your chin, but it's not the best place for your neck to be in. Really hard habit to break. Okay, 10 seconds. And relax. Next one is reverse plank. And go. It might start to get more comfortable as you go through this, if you're feeling a stretch around your chest and your biceps. Just start to move your heels forward ever so slightly. If you start to feel it too much in your hamstrings, bring them back again. This takes a bit of attention to detail and body awareness. Okay, last few seconds. Stop there with the split squat hold. Okay, if you've got a foam roller to hand or a couple of books, 2, 1, go. And you don't want to work with the shoulder rolls. So if you're using the roller, push your hands on each side and try and squeeze it, and then go up overhead. And as you're doing it, obviously don't reach through your ribs. And don't crane your neck, switch sides. Just make sure your split and your depth are the same on both. Try and change your hand position. Relax. So one more 20-second break before we start round 3 of part 1. So again, doing those movements in a split squat just helps you separate what's happening at your core from what's happening at your arms and shoulder. Spider-Man push up in 2, 1, go. Or is it the other way? Switch sides. Make sure you're still getting, you've got the ability to push through both hands. If you don't quite get that, bring them a bit closer together. Last 10 seconds. And stop. Then you're into hollow hold again. In 2, 1, go. If you haven't already, try it without your arms in a streamline. You should be able to get your chest up a little bit higher and still hold that leg position without straining your neck so much. But you're still holding a lot of tension in your core. You're still going to be able to keep that well out of your back. 15 seconds left. And stop. Into reverse plank. Try and change your foot position this time. 2, 1, go. Pretty much the only effective way to challenge yourself here is with the foot position. You could put buck on your hips, but I think in terms of bang for your buck, you'll gain more from developing strength at a bigger range than you often put a kilogram on your hips. It's not exactly like hip thrusting that way. Push as hard as you can. Stop for a few seconds if you have to. 5 seconds left. You just want to get as much tension in your hips as you can. And stop. And then you're into split squat holds. 2, 1, go. To concentrate on your split depth and width. Try and work on that rotation with your hands. If you want, try and incorporate both. And then a couple of seconds to switch sides. Switch sides, or if you have a roller with the bucks, hold that position and just squeeze. So the whole time, you're just trying to crush whatever you're holding. As you go into streamline, so you're developing a lot of tension around your shoulders and chest. Just start to make that position more comfortable. Relax. 1 minute break, and then you're into part 2, which today is going to focus on aerobic conditioning. So the usual circuit: mountain climbers, lunging, star jumps and burpees. So with a short rest in between, you're going to have to make sure that you've got plenty of ventilation in the room and plenty of drink to get you through. If you need to do incline mountain climbers, you'll need a table or a couple of bucks. Just makes it a bit easier to support your posture without worrying about your shoulders fatiguing too much. If they fatigue and that affects your back position, better to go inclined than to struggle through and take breaks. Just keep your work rate consistent, whether it's high or low. Just keep working for the full round into mountain climbers in 2, 1, go. We're halfway through. Last 10. Okay, a few more. Relax. Okay, lunge style, you make sure every time you come out of a lunge it's explosive. And 2, 1, go. So stick to one, lunging on one side until halfway if you can. If you can't, switch over every couple or alternate every single one. Okay, switch over if you didn't. Okay, last 10. Control that reverse lunge, explode up and stop. Then into skipping. In 2, 1, go. If your ankle or if you've got any joint niggles that are going to get in the way of this, just do squats on the spot. So just turn it into normal squats like this. Last 10 seconds. Okay, stop. And burpees to finish the round. In, ready, go. Just make sure you focus on foot to hand speed. Jump as high as you can out of each one. Even if you do less reps, you'll complete more work per rep. 20 seconds. Last 5. Okay, and relax. 20 seconds break, back to the start. Tiny sips of drink. Five seconds. And go. Consistent work rate's the most important thing. So if you start to struggle in round 2, just slow down your mountain climbers. And 15 seconds left. And stop. Into lunges. Just make the most of your 10-second breath. 2, 1, go. Make sure you stay upright on the lunges. If you're leaning too far forward, narrow your stance a bit so your knee and heel are in line with each other. Ten more seconds. And stop. Turn off, then skip. 2, 1, go. So lower the jumps. Make sure your feet land evenly, knees tracking out over your toes. Don't get lazy and start to do one side. And relax. 10 seconds off, back into burpees. 2, 1, go. Try and focus on extending your feet out from under your hips rather than just jumping backwards. Keep your back straight. Ten seconds left. As big a jump as you can get on each one. 2, 1, relax. One more 20-second rest. One more round and then you're done. So it's more important to preserve jump height on the burpees than it is to maintain number. 2, 1, go. Make sure your shoulders stay over your wrists during the mountain climbers. 20 seconds left. Okay, and relax. Lunge to high knee. Ready, go. So even if you do less lunges on this, but it means you can keep that explosive recovery, do that. Switch sides if you're walking off one. Okay, and relax. Into skipping or star jumps, whatever you feel comfortable with. 2, 1, go. The feet are going to be landing an even distance from underneath you on every one. Pay attention to the direction of your toes and knees. Last few seconds. And relax. 10 off. Final exercise of today. So one more round of burpees in 2, 1, go. So you can go slow down and fast up if it helps you maintain that output. 20 seconds. Last 10. Last couple. And then relax. So walk around until your breathing rate starts to go back to normal. Get your heart rate back down. We're a static stretching today. So have a cushion ready. You can do the normal stretch if you want, but we're trying to teach you this new flow that we've come up with. Let's start with the quads. Fold the cushion over, and we're going to alternate one quad onto the other hamstring, just because of the position that we're in. So, quad first, and then go. So if you remember last week, we started showing you hamstrings where it looked like the hip stretch, but you move your foot forward. Focus on breathing, keep yourself upright. Start pushing through your hip if you can. If you can't, lean yourself forward a bit more until you can, because we keep telling you it's important to be able to use your hips while your quad's under stretch. And then switch. So heel, front heel forward a bit more. And then sit forward. So now, I'm in a very similar position, but I'm not feeling any stretch here. It's all on my front hamstring. You can use the wall as something to assist you. Sit in and out of that, straighten your leg. But bend it, but sit your belly button down towards your heel. So because your knee and your hip are flexed, you'll get an even stretch at both ends of your hamstring. Relax and swap over. So now you're going to stretch your left quad. So right foot forward, sit back. Try and figure out whether one quad feels tighter than the other. So it feels tighter, but it's easier to get a hip contraction compared to the right. And for me, that's pretty consistent with my hamstring raises and loads of other stuff. So try and figure out what your body's trying to tell you. Okay, then relax that bit. Shuffle your right foot forward. Lift your toes up. And just try and feel that stretch in the middle of your hamstring. And breathe into it. Put your hand down if you have to. If you haven't got anything to balance with, then relax it. Stretch it with a straight knee. And then let it bend again. Just aim your belly button down towards your heel. Okay, and stop. And then you've got hip stretch. So while your knees are on the cushion, you're going to go into pigeon stretch. So swapping over. Left side first. So straight arm position. And see if you can sink your knee down to the floor. Make sure that your shin is parallel to the camera. And as you breathe, if you start to sink down, just let that happen naturally. Just make sure you've always got a straight back, like this. Okay, then swap over. So other side. If your shin starts to change like that, you can put your hand behind it. So one more time, ankle down. Put your hand there. If it's too hard. So some days it might feel okay, others it won't. Just always start with this position. So that your hips are square and your back's straight. And switch into lats. So knees down, hands off to the side, and then let your hips follow your hands. Hands off, then sit back. So my hips are going to go towards the right.
And then think about pushing your rib cage off to the left. And while you're there, you start to lift your elbow up. See if that changes where you feel the stretch. Then switch over. So again, you're just trying to manipulate whether you get more stretch at the top of your lat or the middle or somewhere else. So hands to the left, hips to the left, ribs off in the opposite direction. Then if you feel some stretch, start to move your elbow. Just in a controlled, relaxed manner. So the more movement you can create voluntarily at that lengthening position, the more relaxed your lats are going to become when they're trying to work overhead, when they're tired. Which is what a lot of you are going to need to work on, trying to maintain a good position overhead when you start to tire out. Then chest, put knees on ground, forearm fully supported. And if you treat this one like thread the needle, so if you're doing like the old thread the needle, it'd be like that. But if the table got in the way, then you'd get more stretch at your chest while you're trying to reach under. So it's like I'm going, but your arm gets stuck. Just try that in different positions, so elbow over your head, hand in line, swap over. Concentrate on breathing. As you start to relax, you feel yourself sink down, and that'll do for cool down. Do whatever you have to for ankles and neck. A few of you have messaged me about other bits after yesterday's run, so I'll deal with that before the start of the next video, just as I wrap this one up. If you haven't, make sure you go back and watch Ellen's talk on pre-race activation, because there's a lot to learn for some of you. But there's certainly something there for everybody. Second challenge of the week is focused on planks. So forearm plank as long as you can hold. Let us know the time, weigh it against what you've done before, just like usual. Hopefully you're starting to see some improvements, especially like some of the younger kids, like someone managed to get a 21-minute plank. So there's a line in the sand for some of you. See how well you can do. That will do for me. Hope you're all feeling okay. Like I said, I'm going to reply to those messages now. And then for everyone else, we want to wish you a great day from everyone at Guildford City. See you later.